A guy who had so much speed, Rocket. I mean, one of the best players of all time in college football, and boy, did he have some moments against Michigan.
Can you believe, Allison, it's been 30 years, 3 decades since we watched Rocket when I was a kid. I mean, he was one of my favorite players growing up. 3 decades since he was here in the Big House, and he stunned the Wolverines with 2 punt returns for touchdowns. I had a chance to catch up with the legend. Here's my conversation.
One of the things that impressed me the most when you talk about just the program and it's moving up, every time I see Jack and talk to him, every time I see Coach Kelly and talk to him, I feel like they take their physical transformation, like being able to, like something as simple as, hey man, exercise, watch your weight. Don't walk around here bloated all the time. If you're expecting other people to be their best self, then you have to expect that from yourself and use that as an example of how it's supposed to be done. And so beyond anything else, when I see that, I know that whatever organization, whoever's under their charge, I know that they're in good hands.
When you look back on your career, does your thought process of it change? Does your memory of it change? And how do you look, as you look back, how do you look at your career?
So first of all, I'm thankful for videos and for perspectives from other people, because a lot of it, there's certain elements that I remember, but when I get around my friends and guys that I went to school here with, being around those people, it's like just hearing their perspective on certain circumstances that I was a part of but don't really remember. I'm thankful for that.
Michigan, they kicked you twice.
12, 15, 20, 25. He's at the 30. Afterburners are on. He's gone. 40, 45, 50. Down the sideline. At the 35. A race to the goal line. At the 10, the 5. A touchdown. Irish.
The fact that they kicked it to us the first time and we ran it back. Normally, teams after that first one would be ordered to squib the ball at a minimum. Coach Simbeckler was so confident in himself, and his history said that he had a right to be that confident, that they didn't think we could do it again.
To the 15, the 20, 25, out of the pack, 30, 35. Goodbye, baby! At the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Bye-bye, Rocket touchdown, Irish!
All I know is when that ball came through, I just felt like we were in the groove and that the same results were going to happen, and led by my brother Rodney Culver, God bless him, touchdown number 2 happened, and the rest was history.
That's Rocket. Man, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Bless
Always
you,
good
man.
to see you.
Thank you for being here,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Good to see you again.
Always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
All right. It just gives you chills hearing those 2 returns for touchdown. And how about the golden voice of Tony Roberts just welcoming us into the Big House with those calls?
I love Tony. I love radio. I love to listen to games on the radio, and Tony was amazing. But to have the opportunity to call Rocket, I mean, that makes a career for a radio voice. And so he had some wonderful calls that he had the opportunity to make.
And 3 decades later, the Rocket, I can't believe it's been 30 years, but he is still so happy to come back to Notre Dame and connect with this team and talk about those returns and talk about those touchdowns. Just great to catch up with him.
Yeah, short of the few grays that you see coming in, I mean, he's like the same guy from back then, which is awesome. And, to put that into perspective, we were just talking during your story, our Matt Randall wasn't even born when Rocket played, but we were kids. But so that tells you, the guys on these teams right now, they didn't get to see Rocket play back in his day, but he still comes back, he still comes and talks to the guys, he still gets them fired up.